Welcome to the In-Between. Yes,
Hey,
no,
guys.
is this worse than Final Fantasy VIII?
This is not.
Because when we were doing Final Fantasy VIII, yes, that game's terrible, but there was like an energy and we had characters and all this stuff, and it's like, this game is bullshit. And then we started playing this, and it's just like, holy shit, this game's bad. Like, we just both feel it so much.
The story of Final Fantasy VIII is way worse than this.
Oh, okay. All right.
And, like, what? We have to sail around in a goddamn ship, and we can't get through fog? Well, guess what? Final Fantasy VIII gets worse. And, spoiler alert, you get stabbed in the chest with ice.
Oh.
And then you realize, oh shit, all of our memories were erased. And, oh, all of the characters in your party, we all grew up in the same orphanage?
What the shit?
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's fucking horrible.
Oh, God.
It's horrible.
Oh, my God. Well, let's distract ourselves by talking about D&D.
Oh my god, you're right. Okay, so Squat and I are also,
Nerds.
I mean, huge nerds. So we're both going to be running different pen and paper RPG games.
You're running one...
I'm doing Savage Worlds.
And then I'm doing one in Dungeon World, which is written by Adam Coble from Roleplay.
Right.
If you're interested in checking them out.
We can link those.
Yeah, those will be in the description.
Right. My game is going to be a like space opera comedy, essentially, where these characters are meaningless. Because I'm writing that comic book,
Right, yeah.
about this character, Sir Jackson Facewater, and you guys just kind of exist at the same time. Kind of like, did you ever play that? It was a PS2 game, about Lord of the Rings, right? And it was this really cool turn-based RPG where you were just kind of a step behind Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli in that party.
Interesting.
And it's kind of like that, where you're almost at the action, but not.
Just in the wake of a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're existing at the same time of an epic story.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And in that one, in my game, I have a lot of like really cool enemies, like assassins and a couple of I wanted to do a game with a couple of my friends, Jack and Ryan, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to my buddy Jack right now. I'm stealing your character as a bad guy for this. He developed this character that was just a kitten in a giant mech suit.
Right, yeah.
Kitty Rexpin. And I am so excited to write these characters in. And Ryan...
this one I love.
Yeah, he was going to be like the healer and the face of the group. And it was a cloud of nanomachines who like broke away from a Grey Goose scenario. And I was like, okay, well, I want to help people. And how am I going to do that? I need to go through all of human history and find who humans trust the most and what face humans trust the most. And it turned out it was Tom Hanks. So he was just playing a group of nanomachines that was Tom Hanks. It's fucking amazing.
It's great.
And so, explain your game.
My game... It's so hard to talk about my game because there's really cool stuff that I want the party to unveil, and you're part of the party, right?
Right.
I haven't even told chat. Like, I talk about my game on stream.
Oh, really?
And I'm trying to keep this shit like under wraps. So there's some really interesting like metaphysical magic stuff that's going on behind the scenes that the party's going to unveil. But at the beginning of it,
I mean, it's a high fantasy.
It's a high fantasy thing, right? So it's high fantasy, medieval fantasy, lots of magic and
all those like classic races and classes.
Totally.
And
I mean,
like
it can be played in D&D. I'm just wanting to try out this new system,
right.
Dungeon World. But at the beginning of the game, the party is coming from their homeland, which is basically the Earth itself, just burning in flames. But they know about this haven, and so they've kind of together traveling to this place, have banded together, and they're entering into this new world that they've never heard of, never known of, but all of them have this... They've either left family behind that are burning, they're trying to get after the guy who started the fires, they are bringing, their family with them to get away from the fires, and so they've already got this, like, motivation to either redeem or find a new home or revenge, that type of thing. So...
And, like, I already rolled my character for your game.
Yeah.
And my character is, like, his whole family's dead. His entire village burned. Mm-hmm. So I'm essentially, like, I'm playing a Viking.
Right.
His
barbarian
name
class.
is Hrothnagir Saryura.
Right.
Which
it
means,
has a...
Crow King Woundbringer.
I love that name. It's great.
In Nordic, I use Google Translate, so... Apologies if that's not correct.
And then Chris's character name. Do you remember what you called her?
What did I call her?
It was just like Buttface McButtfuck or something. Like, it was just the total opposite of like Google Translate and awesome words. Like it was just like butt McButt.
So I rolled Chris's character, and because she wanted to be like, we all have to have connections in Dungeon World, right? So I made this, like, Viking, and he ran away from his home because it burned, and all of his family's dead, and he's, like, this badass, and he's only consumed with riches and fame. And Chris couldn't make it that day because she had work. Mm-hmm. And I was like, baby, what character do you want to run? Like, what kind of character do you want to be? And she's like, I just want to be, like... a fucking halfling that's just concerned with eating and drinking. I was like, okay, so you want to be like Lady Bilbo who has addiction issues? And she, yeah. And so she's just like drunk as fuck, wants to eat, wants to get treasure Bilbo Baggins. And I named her Buttface.
It was just like...
God, we were so drunk that night.
Oh, yeah. We had canceled a session of RPG Theater because I was sick.
Yeah, like, we killed, what, half a bottle of whiskey and an entire bottle of vodka?
Oh, yeah. That peach vodka put me out.
Oh, that peach vodka is just amazing.
It's delicious, but...
And also, too delicious.
Too much. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's too delicious.
It's like when you make those horrible drinks that just taste like juice,
yeah,
but you're also getting drunk the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And like your first sip, you're like, "Oh, this is dangerous."
Oh, wonderful! Yeah,
and then I keep drinking it.
Yeah. Okay, I want you to talk about the character you're doing.
Oh, for Savage Worlds. Okay, yeah. So basically you gave us the freedom to create our home planet, our backstories, all kinds of stuff. So mine is I am like a dragon. I'm a dragon. I don't want to be a dragonborn from D&D. It's a straight up dragon. I guess he's kind of humanoid dragon. Anyway, he's from a planet of dragons.
There are also, in the game, if you want to be like a larger character, there are rules for that.
So we haven't actually built my character or rolled him yet, but...
Huge, like 20 feet tall, and there are rules for that.
Awesome. That's what I want.
You want to be like a giant...
I don't know about 20 feet, but I want to stand above the party. Like it is...
Yeah.
I am
They're
just a huge dude.
Absolutely, there are rules for that.
So I'm a dragon, came from a dragon world that is basically like Conan the Barbarian. So it's a sci-fi opera, but space opera, sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, whatever.
No, it's all right.
But my planet is low tech, so like their technology is way behind all the rest of the universe. And so it's like Conan the Barbarian, where they get together for Colosseum fights and all this shit. And at some point, I kind of figured out some more details since we talked. My character did something to disgrace his family, and one of the elder dragons cut his wings off for it, which is a huge sign of disrespect. And like the wings are like, that's part of the dragon culture. Like if you don't have your wings, you're not a dragon.
Right.
And so he cut my wings off, and I became known as Gleok the Wingless, because Gleok is my name, Wingless, duh. I created my weapons from the bones of my wings, the remains.
That's a fucking nice touch.
And then worked the scales and the leftover like skin into sheaths for my weapons. So I still carry my wings on my back, but they're in the form of weapons. I stole a ship, left, and decided that I would become Gleeok the Sixth, because 5 dragons before me left the planet and brought back technology that helped advance our culture, and I have gone out to kind of redeem my name, earn the name of the Sixth, or that title, and hopefully find some kind of piece of technology to bring back and be like, this is actually who I am,
right?
And get my name back and clear my family.
I think that's
and all this shit.
such a cool storyline. I think that's such a cool like character arc to like have to prove yourself, especially after you were spurned so hard.
I really wanted to try and build a different type of character, or at least like try to find something really motivational, because the last game that I played, well, not the last game, I should say the one before this, before I moved to LA, we were playing with this random guy from work, and we had just grabbed people off of Craigslist to play a game.
Right.
And I showed up with a backstory that was word for word the same as somebody else's backstory.
Really?
Because it was so simple. And I was just like, I can do better than this. And so like now I'm challenged to like, I have to create an awesome backstory, and the whole like wings thing, we created that together. Like I wanted to be
had nothing to do
I wanted
with
to be a dragon with my wings cut off, but like wearing my wings on my back as weapons was something that we kind of worked through, which was awesome. So
well, and that's in the same way that you were talking about trying to do something different. I'm always the mage. I'm always the magic.
Yeah, and now you're playing
and
the
I was like,
Viking.
you know what? I've never played like a barbarian or a Viking or anything like that. So I'm going to have no magic and just really think that magic is cool as shit. And I think it's going to be just dope.
And one thing I've been talking about on my streams, and we haven't taken any steps as of right now, but I'm going to start contacting streamers and YouTubers, and we're hopefully going to get some kind of like role-playing stream online for you guys to watch as part of our PG Theater. We'll live stream it and be able to promote each other's channels, promote other people and what they're doing.
And really, we want you guys to be part of our games.
Right, and we're trying to figure out ways to include chat in the games. I wrote down some really good ideas from chat the other day that we need to go over. But we're trying to incorporate you guys as much as possible, whether that means you guys playing a character or you guys making decisions where the world goes, or rolling the dice for us.
And you know what might be fun? What I might do, like if we do this RPG theater thing, maybe they get to be the bad guys.
Somebody suggested that they play a boss.
No shit.
At some point.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. If you want to play a boss, contact us. We'll figure out character specs for you, and yeah, absolutely. That would be the funnest shit in the world.
Awesome. Well, keep an eye out for that. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Hopefully soon.
We're getting it organized, and we're going to try to get that going. So,
thank you for joining us in the In-Between. We hope you join us more. And keep your eyes out for, well, ears and eyes, because this is essentially like something you can play in the background.
Right.
But eyes and ears for our new RPGs and for the games we're playing. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we love you.
See you in the next episode.
And you're so hot.
Oh, it's everywhere. Wow. Wow. You got a set of pipes on your brother.
Yeah. That's what my wife says.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can cut that out.